raise your hand if you're getting Pokemon X and Y after watching Pokemon Origin. So I'm going to briefly give my thoughts, a quick review of Pokemon Origin 1 through 4, this OVA that came out. If you don't know about it, it's pretty much just retelling the Pokemon story, the original one, based off the video games, the old ones from back in the day. We know them as Red and Blue, but it's based off Red and Green from Japan. Same thing more or less, but they just had Red and Green back in the day. And to be quite honest with you, the main protagonist, Red, absolutely makes Ash Ketchum look like a bum after watching these OVAs. Like, in 4 OVAs, you know, don't get me wrong, the pacing is very fast and they skip over tons of things, which makes me think, goddamn, I wish this would have been a full-on series or something instead of just 4 quick OVAs, because first of all, animation is beautiful, and it was just so much more what Pokemon should have been than what it ultimately was. And the main protagonists, Red and Green, they were just so much... Green maybe not as much as Red, better than Ash, because Green is based off Gary Oak, and you know, he's more or less the same, maybe a little less cocky, a little less of a dickhead, but Red just makes Ash look like a fucking bum bitch. In this OVA, the 4 OVAs, first of all, he catches legendary Pokemon, unlike Ash that, you know, he befriends them and lets them go on their merry way. This dude captured Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres. I don't know, I couldn't remember their Japanese names or whatnot, but you know, I'm based off what I know, the names in America and whatnot. I was just like, yo, he did so many amazing things. He went up. There was actually character development. There was progression with story that wasn't just like, you know, corny and, oh, love your Pokemon. You know, there was that message in there that, yeah, you need to work with them as a team, but it wasn't like overdone. It wasn't like Ash, you know, hugging Pikachu for 100 episodes. It was just done so beautifully. And the main protagonist, Red, I honestly just was like really enjoying him. Not to mention the voice actor. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go check it out, because it's the actress that plays Naruto from, of course, Naruto, you know, Naruto Shippuden and whatnot. So I got a kick out of that. She does do a slightly different performance. It's at times not even noticeable that, you know, she plays Naruto and whatnot, but her performance was just solid. And even small things in these OVAs just made it seem more graphic and more violent than Pokemon that we know. Like when Squirtle and Charmander are going at it in their fight, and I believe this was the first OVA, it was just like, yo, when Squirtle was on top of Charmander, biting him, Charmander's just like screaming, and the screeches and whatnot, just, oh man, it just makes it feel so much more realer than Pokemon ever did. More mature, just more better, I guess you could say, in every which way. I felt as though these 4 OVAs have literally just shitted on like the past decade or more of Pokemon and what it's become, because it's no secret what Pokemon is at this point. It's pretty much just a glorified commercial for the video games in order to keep it alive and whatnot. And this OVA just really showed what Pokemon could be if they really gave a fuck about telling a good story. But, you know, of course, Pokemon, again, it's just a commercial for little kids. It's not really anything to be taken serious. But when you go into these OVAs, it's like, the main character actually does things. He goes up against legendary Pokemon. He has an actual goal that is achievable. Unlike Pokemon, every, you know, so episodes, he pretty much just gets reverted back to square one. This guy just keeps going. And it was just a blast, a very nice, nostalgic blast to revisit. Now, I'm not saying, again, because at the end of the day, it is Pokemon. It's not the most deepest thing. You're not going to get this incredible plot twist. So it's none of that. I'm not saying that, because it was mostly, again, you know, just retelling Pokemon from the video games. And again, you know, writing isn't like the most amazing thing and whatnot, but it was just good. It was just like really a nostalgic blast, and something that is like, why can't Pokemon ever be like this? And Pokemon never will be like this, because, again, it's for the kids. It's not really aimed at any type of audience. If it was something like this can cater towards kids, cater towards every age with something like this, because it has just a little bit more of a sophistication to it with what's going on. And it's unfortunate, again, we'll never see something like this as far as like an ongoing series or the main storyline of Pokemon anymore. But I just had a really good blast watching this, and really feel like, wow, I feel like I'm back as a kid again, watching, you know, going through Lavender Town and all that craziness. I just really wish it wouldn't have been skipping over so much content, because, again, it's 4 OVAs, so of course they trying to cram hundreds of episodes worth of material into 4 episodes, but it just really, oh, it was so nostalgic. I guess the best thing to describe these OVAs, these 4 of them, is a nostalgia rush. You're going to get nostalgia beyond belief, with a little bit of differences. Again, the names are different from what you know, because it's in Japanese, and the Japanese have different names than what we have, and certain events aren't the same as far as like the original seasons. It's mainly based on the video games, but they just did such a good job with it, and I feel as though for Pokemon, it was pretty freaking good and interesting. And I really wish one day we could get something like this, whether it be an ongoing series or just something a bit more better than what Pokemon has been, because, you know, at this particular point, for me personally, I can't watch the real Pokemon, the original, you know, the one that's going on right now, the black and white. I could never watch that again, because it's like, yeah, maybe on a Saturday morning, if you're bored, you could flick through it or something, but other than that, it's just gotten downright terrible. You know, it's 1 out of 10 at best. But with something like this, I just really wish one day Pokemon could be anywhere near the greatness of Red and Green's journey, especially Red, because it was freaking awesome to see. Really good nostalgia. As far as for Pokemon, I give this one 7 out of 10. It was good. Nothing great. Nothing, not gonna knock your socks off. Not like, yo, this is the next Death Note. But it did a pretty good job in what they, you know, had to work with 4 episodes, cramming this entire adventure in it. So yeah, really had a good time with it. Let me know what you think if you've seen it. What did you think of Red? Do you think that he just absolutely takes a dog shit on Ash Ketchum and Green on Gary Oak? It was just really a blast, and hopefully we get maybe some more, maybe a continuation of this if the ratings are big enough. Again, let me know what you think, your overall thoughts of this. I had a blast, and X and Y, baby. Definitely going to pick that up with a 3DS come Friday. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Red's journey and this Pokemon that what Pokemon should have been. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.